should be back up and running. Should be set. There's some craziness. There was some craziness for sure. So we'll wait till more people are in here. They have liftoff. We're gonna see some E4 action today. C5, of course. Tony not going crazy yet. There it is. Marine Boo! How's it going? Shark again. You're so fast when you tune in. You're freaking ninja. F3, G6, C3. We get some Alapin. Hey, Subham, how's it going? It's going good. Nice. Tony is 1 out of 1. He crushed last round. He had a tough first round. So, did we restart the stream? It actually crashed. So, the craziness happening in between the games. There is an insane storm outside, like absolute wildness. And so much so that one of the doors to the outside was leaking. Like, this is a solid building. This isn't a rundown place by any means. It is not reasonable for how nice this place is for it to be leaking. It's just that the storm is that bad. I think it's died down a little bit, but it was crazy. It's like a you don't go outside type deal. So, Pam, we are in South Carolina at the Columbia Chess Club. So, yeah, there's just hurry. Yeah, I think it's dived down quite a bit. I'm just really hoping it's not insane because I mean, I know I definitely don't want to be driving back in some wild storm late at night after because after the tournament there's a social, so we'll still be kind of hanging out a bit. And yeah, definitely don't want it to be be crazy. So, but yeah, the Wi-Fi just dipped for a bit because of this storm. But it was fine. We needed to take a bit of a breather anyway, let my laptop rest. It's running a lot, so I think it was actually pretty good to take that break. Tony plays this sort of unusual line. He's gotten some good positions with it. He's also gotten some bad. I hope he takes his time here pretty early on just to kind of make sure, because a lot of it can be timing. What did I do? I didn't play Bishop G7. A lot of it can be timing with D6. I don't like Bishop. Does Bishop E2 make sense? I don't think Bishop E2 makes sense. I feel like you really want to go after this knight through Bishop C4, Queen B3. Okay, castle, knight C6. Yeah, he's pretty ready for D6. Next move, he could get an amazing position very early on here. I would expect good things. Stare. Yeah, Tony. The amount of kind of daydreaming Tony looks we've gotten today. I was talking to him. He's been trying to stay amped up with caffeine, but I think we've both been feeling the tiredness. Oh wow. Wait, I just noticed Tony's first round opponent that he lost to won his second game as well. So he's having an absolute fire event. Wow. 2 out of 2. Did I show Tony that Queen C6? No, we didn't look too much. We were looking at the earlier stages before he was just up the piece for the 2 pawns. So we didn't look too much past that. Um because then I was getting a drink. They have self-serve snacks and drinks here. So kind of like a vending machine, but You just scan everything. He played A3. Hold on. D6 has to be crushing now. Okay, crushing might be an overstatement, but D6 looks so good, right? What is A3? What was he worried about? Maybe some knight beat. No, what? Okay, Tony should take his time here. Unless he plays D6, then I'm a... If he plays the right move, he can play it quickly. And maybe not he should take time here, but he should probably slow down soon. Because I think, bless his opponent's heart, I think he's going a little too quickly in this opening. Clearly something he's not familiar with, and when you push the pawns really far like this, obviously it can have some solid benefits, but it also can be overextension. And so it's a very serious thing. And what school just having fun. You just dropped a link to a game that his opponent played in 2024. My guy, you follow a lot of chess. Jeez Louise. Wait, this is a game he lost. What happened? You're saying he got cooked? His opponent hit him with some brilliance? Dang. Smurfette, you're back for your tunnel vision. Does Icar over exaggerate that chess doesn't pay if you're not top 15? Um, I I don't know. I don't know. As much as I'd want to say what were you how do you just like you're just finding all this stuff? Wait, that's not even him. This says this player's from India. Dang, Smurfit is completely locked into bullet. 100 games is crazy. That is about 100 games more than I've played today. Um, yeah, I mean, I think he's doing too well. Or he's doing very well here. Um, I don't know. Fabi kind of talked about that a little bit. All type of player, not that particular sentence, but that talking about freestyle, how some people are really excited about the money, but how it's not insane money, especially considering how top they are in a game that's played by millions and millions of people. Um, yeah, they're making something like I think he said for last place in like the freestyle event, something like $1,000 a day, which sounds really good, but then you have your own costs of being there, and that's like a rare, maybe once a month thing. Um, so yeah, for some of those top events, I mean, you can be the top in the world, but I think basically what Caruana was alluding to is that a lot of top players don't make as much money as people think they do, which I could definitely see. Do I think you're still gonna make a living if you're top 15 in the world? Yeah. So just having fun. What the heck? I feel what the heck, man? Like I feel like you're borderline going stalker mode here. Sorry, you're just really good at researching. Yeah, dang. His opponent paused, probably feeling already that he messed something up, but fortunately for him, it's too late. Like the deed's been done. This opening position is feeling rough. A lot of the pressure here. Problem is, if you just try to take and relieve some of that pressure, you still have to be worried about this. This is an isolated pawn, so it could be a long-term target. Um, you just don't have a good way oops, to really relieve the pressure. And the bishop can't go to f4 because that's covered. This is being threatened. A very tough position. 100 bullet games, that's... Goon, shut up. Like, you haven't had many series where you've played more than 100 bullet games. I know you and your 200,000 games, but you're turning over a new leaf, I hope. Dang, he's taking a drink of that Jamba Juice. He's taking that drink. He's locking in. So this is the move that keeps coming to mind. Like that almost like I feel like he should try. No, this is completely crazy. That just loses. Ah, so he kind of has to take, right? Truth or Dare used to beat Canty's opening so well in his arena. What does this have to do with Truth or Dare, John? What does this have to do with Truth or Dare? Have I beaten Canty pretty well? Yes. Has Canty beaten me pretty well? Yes. Sorry, that's a terrible phrasing. Dang it! I was trying to avoid saying something sus by using non-descriptive words, and it freaking worked. You piece of dragon. Ah! Anyways, chess. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say much to. Carl got up to 3,373 at one point in Bullet Brawl. Nice. I'm glad he did it in Bullet Brawl. I was actually a little disappointed. One of the nights I was watching Hikaru play, and he was just like farming one rating point off of some 2800. Now, if he wants to do that and play someone who's 2800, fine. But I think what was sad is there were higher rated players, which absolutely would have played Hikaru. I was one, but Danya would have. I'm pretty sure, like guaranteed, would have played Hikaru. But Hikaru seemed to be maybe dodging a little bit, little pick and choose to get his rating up, which I understand. Like it's really hard, but uh, it's at the end of Tony's last game. He beat him up. I mean, he got him, crushed him. He could be on his way to another good victory here. This is definitely emphasizing, against these like 1700s that Tony is playing, how valuable the early stage can be. I don't even want to say the opening because for Tony's opponent here, preparing this opening would have been really difficult. And I think that's what some people would sum this up to. Like, oh, I just needed to prepare more. But he just kind of rushed with like Bishop E2, where Bishop C4 is definitely findable and in line with the ideas of this position. Or maybe he should have played Knight C3 or like the moves he didn't play, he definitely could have found. He just didn't really take the time. Yeah, it was Alabant chessful. Caro always been that way. Dang. Yes, Wednesday, not done. You spent over 3 hours waiting from 6 to a.m. Yikes. Yeah, so I'll go back through the opening. You can see DeProwl. Hello, hello. Yeah. It's one of the sad things. I think there are a lot of people that do that on chess.com with the leaderboard. Like they just try and farm lower rated players instead of playing straight up a lot of times. Or like they'll avoid playing certain players. Divya played some nice Alpine games against Fun. I didn't fully see that match, but I did see it was really close. Yeah, DePral. I think this has gone fantastically for Tony. That's actually why I'm not saying much about the game, because I think it's a pretty straightforward, this stuff's gonna happen, Tony's gonna develop, and he's better. That went too long. Didn't feel well. Mm, John, I just see you showed up ready to be a little wild. Okay, I'm just glancing at some of the other games here. Because again, they have the display. They have the security cameras in this room. So it's still raining outside, but it has calmed down a little bit from the storm that knocked the Wi-Fi out. Okay, okay. Yeah, some good games going over there. He's still thinking. Oh, I mean, I'm excited for Tony, but you almost gotta feel bad for his opponent. You play a few moves quickly in the opening, and then like you just ate your position. And now he's spent, 14 minutes and still not finding anything he likes. I just don't know if he can do anything except take d6. I mean, how else would you try and protect d5? Could you do something like rook e1? Is this an option? Rook e1, take with bishop c4 ideas? This doesn't work though, because say take bishop c4, knight b6. It's not even about me taking here. It's about the back rank problems. Tony's opponent is my okay, smart move. Okay. So yeah, I think he has to just try taking. I would say take a knight c3. Yeah, I think you have to try this as white. I don't know what else you play. Smart. Reconnect. Tony very prepped. I actually don't know how much he's ever looked at this line, but he knows like the rough idea. Tony get 2,000 in this tourney. Yeah, he lost that first round. I think he would just be happy to gain rating if he wins the first three. Or sorry, not first three. The last three after that first round loss. I mean, whenever I play these positions, I know I'm doing well, but I never exactly actually how to win them. That's fair. Okay, okay. Oh, dang, that's his brother was peeking at the board, seeing what's up. His brother right now, Ibrahim, Tony's opponent, his brother's actually on board one. He's 2 out of 2. So I mean, could be good for him. He's feeling comfortable. Yeah, that's the problem with losing your first round. Is say you win like your first two games, you beat a 1700, you beat a 1900, and then you lose to a 2000. But at the end of the third round, you have the same amount of points, and you should in theory play the same person in round four, but losing and then winning, you get a much lower average. So sometimes like who you lose to really matters. Not sometimes, always who you lose to matters. And like ideally you play like Magnus Carlsen in the first round, because even if you lose, like you lose a bunch, you lose less. So losing in the first round, big hit, because obviously it doesn't just affect that game, it affects the ratings. And that's what I'm getting at is losing in the first round makes you play lower rated players in the next few rounds. So it really hurts. Sujit, how's it going? I think it would be awesome for Tony to hit NM. I wonder if Tony hit NM with all the requirements for Title Tuesday. Would we need a four camera setup? Like if we both want to play? Because they have the two cameras, one at your face, one at your screen. Me and Tony play Title Tuesday, four camera setup. Be wild. All type of player. Why are you looking at the eval? Brother, you and your computer addiction. It's bad, bro. Don't look. Don't bring it up. If you do look. Knowing the eval here means literally zero. I'm not. It's a drop. No, black's just better here. What are you talking about? Like Tony's already better. Smurf it. When Tony hits NM, you'll play chess again. Wait a second, everyone. You heard it here. Smurf it. That will be remembered. Ain't no way this is better. What are you talking about? At this point, his structure's better. His pieces are better. Like, are you just not convinced unless the computer tells you the truth? That's crazy, bro. Tony has been working quite a bit, particularly on his tactics. I honestly think I think it will happen if he just continues doing what he's doing, like working on his chess the amount he is and playing. I think he has a few, I don't know. I think part of the struggle is as I was talking about earlier, this shift from online to tournament play. What are you talking about, out type of player? The isolated pawn is terrible. I mean, it's not the worst isolated pawn, but it's not good. It is bad. Dude, I'm about to hit the eval just to use your own computerness against you. That's crazy to say this is a draw. That's actually wild. All type of player. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm picking on you a lot. Your computerness is getting to me though. And I feel like you're forgetting how to like actually play chess and evaluate. Like you just been doing too much computer stuff that now like you see it as a draw because of course like a computer would hold this, but like it's pretty obviously, and I think you're good enough to understand like black is better. You can argue that it's not that much. That you can say like, hey, this is like point 0.2. But to say black isn't better here, especially if you expect the isolated pawn, is crazy. No taking bishop e3. You're gonna give up the bishop? Okay, just for this, just for this, this is the time and this line. Just for you. Just for you. You're crazy. Like now it's 1.3. It's like close to loss. I don't know. I think it's pretty clear he has to take on d6. There's some players in my club that like to say every position is a drop. You're already done?
Yeah, right.
Wow, Kingsley cooked. Dang, what about see? Easy, just bounce back.
Well, it is. Oh, my poor opponent, blundered a fork,
Yikes.
a royal fork. It was
A
bad.
royal fork.
Yes, it was bad for my opponent.
Dang.
But, oh, just in case you charge me rent, where is my stuff? Ah,
I
right
can
there.
feel it. He's calculating bishop c4. Yeah, I was hiding your stuff because apparently, ooh, like 15 moves.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, until Tony's opponent moves, we're actually looking at Kingsley's game. Okay, that's not how d4 works. No, DePral, I absolutely agree. I think a lot of people have be that's why like I take it out on all type of player, but it's definitely not just him. Um,
Mostly me, though. Mostly me.
that I take my comments out on, yeah, but I'm talking about engine use. That it's just like we're not engines. They're way better than us. So obviously they can be a tool, but nowadays I see a lot of people that I feel like just hurt themselves in chess because they become too computer reliant. And if you can't learn to think for yourself, then I don't know what we're even doing. Like why are we playing chess?
Yeah, this is just a really bad system for white because you have constant pressure on d4. And when you trade, you concede opening advantage.
Yeah, yeah, it's looking pretty good.
When you have to play kings, queen c1, right?
Oh my gosh.
And oh no, oh no,
Ah, yeah. Well,
oh no, oh,
dang, we looked at Kingsley's game in entirety before move happened.
oh no. I said sorry. I felt sorry for the guy, man.
Yeah, he had a fast round last round too, because I can see the results when they go up.
I
And
felt
he
sorry.
played the number one player and just got cooked. Ah, Roger. Sorry. Dang.
Poor Roger.
Poor Roger. Federer, of course, he's into chess now.
How's Tony looking?
Very good. This is not the position. This is the position, and his opponent spent now 25
It's
minutes
like
almost.
very good version of the Lekin.
Kingsley took advantage of tilt. Yeah, he likes to use the tilt to his advantage.
I should be the one that's tilted. I lost a completely winning game.
You did lose it.
I lost a
But it,
completely
but it
winning
was
game.
one moment that you missed. Like when you
Uh,
actually lost the game,
but
I think it's messy.
yeah,
Like you're
that's
probably
true.
winning, but it's messy.
Hmm.
But yeah, you just missed the move.
Yeah, I just squeezed my opponent like a potato. What? Just squeeze my opponent like a
Where do you
potato.
get that saying from? That's just all I
I came up as a it's a recent coinage.
recent coin and squeeze mine. How much? What? Why are you squeezing potatoes?
Okay, if you don't like potatoes, tomatoes then.
Why are we squeezing tomatoes?
Making tomato sauce. What do you mean?
You blend them for tomato sauce. You
You
don't.
squeeze them.
You
That's how
squeeze.
it's how Italiano do it. Okay, you
You
squeeze
squeeze the
them.
juice out of it. What the heck?
Yes, that's how Italiano do that. Not
Wait,
me.
how do you squeeze them?
What do you want
Wow.
me to
Wait,
do?
back to
What
the
do you
truth
want
or
me to do?
dare, John.
What do you want me
The
to
truth or dare of Kingsley's falling in love. I think we just got our answer.
What the- How does that has anything to do with squeezing tomatoes?
Anyways, Kingsley's gonna turn his opponents into French fries. There you go. He's gonna squeeze them in French. What a psychopath. I mean, I don't think it's that far. He's just living his day-to-day life
It's just the kind of chess I like to play.
to squeeze the potatoes out of them
Why does his opponent have no development?
because they're on move 10.
But like is so much more developed.
Hide the tomatoes, hide the potatoes. Yeah, geez. At least like squeeze an orange or something. That makes sense. Is just spending too much time. Yeah, he's gonna be in trouble. Although for Tony, the psychology, oh, he finally is gonna take. Sometimes you get a bit in your head knowing that everything is going your way, right? Have a good opening, you have a time advantage. Very easy to kind of rush things or be a little bit reckless.
On second thought, e takes d6 is not that bad.
You have a new wait, Smurfit, you're trying to pick up Kingsley? That's crazy.
Oh, what did Smurfit say?
I know we haven't heard the pickup line yet. It'll happen.
Wait,
Just
oh, okay, they're not even considering that.
thought he takes D6 had to happen to Prowl. Like it feels really bad, of course, but
No, you
I
control
didn't see
e5.
I
Yeah,
didn't see how you save the pawn
you control e5.
otherwise. Oh, the classroom link. I'll drop it again. Our funny organic sparkles.
Come on, let me go grab some water.
Good luck, don't hurt yourself. Smurfit, has something for you. Oh, he takes D6 for black. Oh, he suggested it? Oh, I was too distracted by him talking about tomatoes. When the waitress asks if he wants soup or salad, he tells her, I'll pass on the salad, but I liked. Ah, that does sound like something he would say. Funny thing is, I don't know if he would realize or not what exactly he's saying. Well, apparently something's happening in the tournament hall. Wait, I got the cameras. What's going on?
Grab one thing. I have to on my
A
phone.
game's finishing.
Let me reach behind you. You need my phone.
Don't bump any of the wires.
What? Don't worry, I'm more space efficient than you are.
I'm about to beat your ass. What a no, get out of here. You're not welcome. What a jerk. What a jerk. I hope you lose your last round
I hate
and you
you.
fall under 1500 because of some glitch in the system and they can't undo it. Um, so this is what you have to read this out loud though
What?
from Smurfit.
Let me see. When the
Okay.
when the waitress asks if he wants soups or salad
Soup.
or salad, he tells her, "I'll pass on the salad, but I'd like to squeeze you."
You got to finish it. You have to read it out loud. You'd like to squeeze what, Kingsley?
No, 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 no. I have a reputation. I have a reputation to defend. Okay. All right, let me check.
Who would win between Caden and Kingsley in chess boxing? Oh,
Probably Kaden.
Kingsley would not make it out of that match.
Probably Kaden.
I would train so hard. Okay, wait. Is he about to play Bishop E3? Man, all type of player may have called the exact line.
Wait, what
Or
bishop
we
e?
know black is quite a bit better, but
Wait,
maybe he'll try it.
what about bishop e3?
It looked like he was reaching for the bishop, but it could be any of these.
Oh, man. Like bishop equal knight.
Dang, all type of player called it.
Well, shouldn't you develop
We
knight
know
first?
we actually now I feel bad that I checked the eval here. Because now I know. Um yeah, I was kind of thinking we just take and we play E5 was a bit of my gut reaction, but we need to know after D5. Maybe it's too
Brother, ugh, this
it's too
position.
much.
Ugh.
We also have like Bishop H6.
But then we have e4.
No, E4, I just take your stuff.
Yeah, that is true. Okay.
Maybe I take first.
Don't even have e4. Damn.
Just take the stuff.
Like you're just toast if you don't have e4.
I think his idea, Doc Wop, he's just trying to solidify the center, but yeah, with some of these ideas, it's a bit tricky. Now, I was thinking about this line, Queen D3, E5, E4 here, take Bishop F5 also looks quite good for Tony. This one's a bit sneakier because you have to see Bishop F5 probably before you play E5. But now the queen has to move away from this pawn, and you take it with check, and this pawn's weak. I actually really like bishop h6.
Is it a move on the board?
No, Tony's thinking. Tony should take some time here just to
Mhm.
solidify his thinking. What about rook e8? So I'd be a little bit careful moving this rook, just because there is a chance that f7 pawn quickly becomes tender. I'd just be a little cautious of it. So maybe I'd prefer starting bishop f5 if we wanted to go in that direction, just to offer some blockade. So let's stop e4.
Even natural moves are good. Like you don't have to overthink this. Even natural moves are good.
Depralis was, yeah, it's like minus 1.3. Uh, the live position is here. Tony has not taken on e3.
Well, I mean, that knight on
Could
d5 is a good
I
piece.
guess bishop f5
Yeah,
even before taking.
that knight on d5 is very good.
Yeah, but the bishop dark squares. It's too nice. It will get flagged. Yeah, he'll. That's where I like the quick contention, especially considering the time situation. Like, put him under pressure quickly, because then the nerves really should settle in. Okay, Tony does take. He does take on e3.
Oh, 430. Yeah, I have a lot.
I guess there was a small chance he could have just played e5 right away too. May have actually been the consideration because we're covering d5. Like if we're not going to take e3, maybe there was something there, but of course our queen is unprotected, so it's a bit dangerous. Bishop h6. Yeah, the brown is looking very good. Looking very good. You think he needs king h1, but king h1 where? If I start trying to take your stuff, playing it.
The dark squares, like Swiss cheese.
Taco Bell. Cheesy goodness. Steak.
Damn.
I guess you also could have something like bishop f5, then bishop g4. Just trying to weaken this, and then you go after the knight. I actually really like this too.
Or more defensive. You can just be solid and winning.
Well, the problem is the two ideas I like here are both fancy. Because if white gets time, knight c3, maybe rook e1 to solidify here. Like he could get a playable position. I think we should really like put the pressure on. e5 or bishop f5. Give him something to worry about. I don't know what you would play other than queen d3 because I mean the only way you can protect this pawn is you move it, but that hangs d4 because of the bishop e3 checks. You could play king f2, but that can't be right.
The brave king that can.
That can die. Oh, Tony's going for e5 right away.
So like
I don't know
the
about this.
worst about the line we discussed.
Maybe he's relying on queen b6 ideas? Which, okay, I see some danger. Like knight e7 and then queen b6 hitting these pawns. Definitely preferred bishop h6 first, but I kind of see this. The problem, maybe the small problem is some possible counterplay with d6. Like you'd actually have to make sure you think through d6 here because d7 traps the knight. Rosie, good evening. How's it going? Because after e5, take bishop will venture, turn to g7. Yeah. Should have ping them and just go for the piece activity and hope. Yeah, I think that's a decent idea. D5 could trick it up. Nice, Rosie. Glad that it's going well.
Knight 5. How about some prep?
Actually, I guess after knight c3, you can play knight f5 first, which probably makes more sense. Yeah, maybe this is trickier than I was thinking. Like, it feels like white's getting a little bit of play, but he has so many weaknesses if he pushes that pawn. Does he have something with knight c3, knight b5, hitting the queen? This
Oh,
also...
this is a pretty nice trick. Yeah, I don't think you'll see it though.
I mean, he's got to see something. He's got to see one of these ideas. There's only so many moves that are
The queen e7,
sort of make sense.
queen e7.
Yeah, the 20-minute time difference is, especially if he thinks again. Queen e7 take now.
Queen d3.
Yeah, he's a6 and then queen e3.
It's like,
Okay, so this d5. Let's try this again.
you have to try to close the
Maybe
so.
e4. He did play
And
d5.
f5? Knee-jerk reaction f5?
Then you have to be careful of knight c3. Now you're actually in a slight danger zone, I'd say.
You cannot put pressure on e5. That e4, that's the problem, huh? Cannot put pressure on
And he
e4.
does play knight e7. I think e4 is probably important, just to prevent knight f5. I mean, Tony can play this slow, and I would probably take his position, bishop d7, rook c8. The threats kind of linger. Um, I mean, if he just enters Super Saiyan mode, maybe he finds like a knight c8, knight d6 at some point.
Oh, that's a me move. Tony doesn't play those moves.
Whoa, okay, no, he was reaching for the pawn. This looks better for white. Oh, bro, you're crazy.
Bishop pair.
Okay, he does play e4. So now is a bit of a serious moment. I think good play on the kid's part. Ibrahim trying to challenge him where he can.
Okay, can we be lame and play queen b6 and take the pawn? No, we cannot.
Well,
Bishop gets trapped.
I'd be worried about d6,
Ah,
d7.
but if we take the rook. No, you cannot take the. Yeah, you
Oh
take
yeah,
the
you take the.
rook.
Oh, jeez, the rook's hanging. The rook's hanging. Okay, so he
Okay,
plays knight d2, I guess.
knight
Goes
d2,
for
and now you have
play.
time. Bishop d7. No, actually, rook b1, and then this is. Ugh. Okay, never mind. This looks bad.
Wait, isn't your queen just what?
This looks really bad. Never mind.
Where do you move your queen? Is your queen trapped?
Okay, yeah, it looks really bad. I just said it. It looks really bad.
Hmm. Not so simple.
Please don't play me. Please don't play queen b6, Tony. Please don't play queen b6.
Well, he doesn't
Well,
have to play bishop d7 there. Like, he could move the queen
but
back.
we just found a way for Tony to lose this very good game.
Yeah.
We just found a way.
F5, I was worried about just knight c3 and kind of asking what we're doing. He did play queen b6.
Oh no.
Uh, Tony might be going a little too fast. That's what I was feeling. Yeah, well, so okay, I should clarify on that. Knight c3 taking this pawn I don't think is good because bishop c4 like knight g5. Right, so you take, I make sure the knight's there, and then I just really hammer the pin. Yeah, it's tricky. Queen b6. Tony's a little bit in the danger zone, I'd say, with this queen b6. He still can and probably should play bishop d7 instead
Just
of
don't take the
taking
B pawn.
b2.
Yeah, just don't take the B pawn.
Because after taking b2, this knight d2, he has to be. Oh, shoot.
He did. He took.
He has to be very careful after knight d2. Now he might actually be worse. I'm not convinced. Yeah, e5 was too, I mean, he's overall playing too fast. Like I get he's trying to put pressure, but
All right, come back with knight B6, please. Come back with knight B6. Queen B6.
yeah, I think he has to play queen b6 now. But
Come back.
this is ugly because you drop back here, and he did play knight d2, and this pawn's hanging, and
Damn, the center. The center is really nasty. I don't even want to take the pawn. The pawn blocks in your bishop. Your bishop is tiny big.
maybe he could play b5 actually.
Rook B1. Take yeah. And then
Still
bishop
ugly.
is like, ugh.
Bishop
It's like,
g4.
ugh. Queen B3.
Oh, queen b3. I'm
No, okay,
celebrating.
okay, okay. You're so, are you?
I get my queen out of there.
Oh yeah,
Queen
true. Yeah,
sucks.
that is true. That queen sucks. Okay.
Tony rushed. Tony rushed it. Now it's wild, and we just really hope he sees knight c4 traps the queen. I think he paused now, which is good. Like at least in the kind of most desperate time, he's pausing and thinking, but yeah, not ideal. I guess the queen might not ever be fully trapped. Just really bad. Like bishop d7. I guess he does have queen b5.
Knight takes
Yeah,
E5.
but this is really bad way of going about it.
Mm.
There's definitely things going wrong. I don't know which one I would prefer
Pick your poison.
between I'm maybe leaning towards b5. Just trying to take away this knight c4 idea. And at least give your queen a bit more space if he plays rook b1 so you can take on a3. I think yeah, b5. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Of all the moves, b5 is probably the most difficult to find and play, but if
Just queen b6. Queen b6, the human move.
yeah, but I think you find b5 through a dislike of this position.
It's like,
You just say,
no.
I don't like this.
Yeah, you don't like this move. Like,
I guess it's, yeah, I don't know, it's playable. Yeah,
you
it's
just get dominated in the center.
super messy.
Like you kind of have to play f5 at some point if you lose.
Yeah, d6. If you play f5, d6 is a nightmare. A
E
lot of those positions. Bishop g4. Wait, am I missing it? Is he relying on
Queen c3? No.
what? I'm getting worried. Yeah, I think he has to play queen b5 now.
But then you lose the bishop.
What? Okay, pause. Am I missing it? What the hell?
Knight C4 on the board?
Yeah, of course. Like that's
Knight C4. I
the
was
most
hoping.
obvious move
I was playing hope chess, bro. I was
to
playing hope
anyone ever.
chess. I was playing hope chess.
My grandma would play knight c4.
No, Tony.
I'm. Ugh. Yeah, I guess he has to. Queen b5, bishop takes f3.
But then the knight. Okay, the knight cannot come back.
No, I think the knight does come back.
Does come back.
Well, he
Oh,
can't
because
take you.
true. Knight comes back.
Queen a5 and
And white is enjoying life.
too much. He's enjoying life too much.
Like e5, and then d6 is like, ooh.
Well, at least he still has a time advantage. uh,
That is not good.
you're saying your grandma, not your mom. No, no, my grandma would find it. Knight c4. Knight c4. If we're talking about bishop g4, I think he would play better, mom. No worries. I think you would have found b5. Tony's pause, though, makes me feel like he missed that his queen was getting trapped. Just in my veins, I think white's better. Queen c3 gets the queen trapped. Surprisingly, it has no squares on c3. Queen b5, I think take, bishop takes f3, only move,
Knight comes back to
take,
d.
and then just like rook b1. And with the center, I would probably prefer white now.
And b7 is hanging. And everything is hanging.
Kingsley's grandma's hanging.
Hmm.
Awkward pause. Okay, my
And
bad.
I don't know what reaction to give you. I'm sorry. I don't know what reaction to give you.
My bad.
Hello, hello.
Hey, finally got the
Guys,
win. Ryan gets the W.
I was winning, then lost, and then I wove the
Swindle.
sickest mating net ever. I sacked a rook for a two bishop and pawn mate.
Nice.
I
Nice.
messed up my notation, so I'm gonna have to remember it from memory.
Okay. Yeah, don't miss out on the notation for that, mate.
Yeah, he was pissed because I messed up notating.
Oh yeah.
An older guy?
Not really, but I understand. I think he's one of the directors.
Oh.
Or
Gotta keep good notation.
well,
He takes a3 or takes b7. Wait, okay, so here, here, here. He did play queen b5. At least this queen didn't get trapped. Wait, because I thought you said rook a7 there. To Prowl, there were a few things about that line that I don't, you know, it
First
happens.
of all,
It
queen comes back.
happens, my guy.
First of all, queen goes back.
You were right though. Your end conclusion was that black wins a rook from this line, and in fairness, you were correct. So you task failed successfully. Um, is there any other move? I mean, is it worth trying to play d6 first? I don't think so. Give knight c6 a knight. You give that knight a nice home. I guess he could consider rook b8, and then you just try to take and ask the knight what it's doing, but I guess he just plays queen c5. I mean, in my defense, my visualization is all kinds of messed up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Alright, Black can definitely come back. It's not a dead lost position. Black can definitely come back here.
No, I think the time is actually really important here. I mean, his opponent's down to 8 minutes, and it's still early middle game. So, not over by any stretch of the imagination.
So yeah, I did not know what my opponent was doing here, but yeah.
You might see the checkmate from Ryan's game. Oh, oh, that's the end.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is pretty sick.
Dang. Wait, so he didn't take the rook, so he saw the checkmate, but he didn't defend against it?
No, the move that he missed here was he didn't play rook c6 for whatever reason.
But he played g6 here.
Yeah, he played g6.
What?
He just completely missed bishop c8.
But why wouldn't he take the rook?
If you take the rook, it's the same thing.
I know, but like if he doesn't see bishop c8.
Right.
No.
I'm
saying-
okay, I got you.
I'm just saying your opponent's train of thinking. Like bishop c8 sneaky, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Well, bishop c3 was the real sneaky move.
Yeah. Dang. This is the
How's he doing?
he was doing better. Hopefully that I'm gonna see on this side. Hopefully I can see it's really hard to see the pieces, but that was the end. That was the checkmate. That chalky mate.
Swindle.
Right.
So I saw you handled your game quite nicely. So he's not too hard of an opponent now.
Positional evaluation.
Saying that he blundered a royal 4, move 15, move 10.
You know.
Dang, his opponent's still thinking.
Only in the 10.
All right. I may have to slightly kick you guys out just because it's getting really warm in here. I
Okay.
think less bodies might cool it down.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no offense. You guys are cool. It's getting really hot in here. uh, I think it's already because Columbia Chess Club's streaming the games. They have a super cool setup. They're tagged in the title, so you guys can check it out there. Hopefully that tag works. Um, but yeah, we're running 2 computers, streaming, pumping heat. Woo, baby! the door will definitely have to be open in between. Yeah, that checkmate was nasty. Ryan, he was cooking up. The funny thing with them coming in here is like they're just pens spawning. There's no like 4 pens. There's just 4 pens just like spawning. I don't know if this is all from them, but okay, he did play knight takes and bishop takes has happened. Is there a world where he can't? No. D6 is. Wait, I'm thinking bishop takes. I'm thinking bishop takes, then d6. Is this completely insane? It doesn't feel. Oh, I guess it is, because you take here probably. And then you just end up a clean pawn. Like, worst case scenario. Yeah. Okay, so he should just play knight takes. He's still spending time. Time advantage is gonna go crazy. His opponent's now down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Tony has 29 minutes and 43 seconds. Ooh. Yeah. Under 5. He's still spending the time. Okay, he's reaching. Oh, come on. Oh, I mean, sorry. I'm for Tony. My chess player is leaking out even though I'm cheering for Tony, my chess player is like, move! No, you can't. You're gonna run out of time. Challenger Duke. I like amazing news. Dang. I kicked them out. It's still, I guess it doesn't make it cooler. That makes sense. It just keeps it from getting as hot as fast. Okay. I don't know if this is a big moment. Queen A5 feels pretty straightforward to me. But he probably can play Queen C5. I mean, that hits the 8 pawn too. I don't know if there really be much of a reason Queen C5 is any worse. Unless you want to stop Queen A4, like Queen C5, Queen A4. Okay, he is going Queen A5. Challenger Duke, you just found out they have an art gallery in your new town and you're able to have pieces there. That's super cool. Rook B1. Rook B1 was played. Okay, getting a little saucy. Challenger Duke, that would be amazing. You definitely have to show us some of your artwork sometime. Mm, yeah, I think excuse me. What is Why was I rejected? What happened? Is the connection bad? No, the connection's running smooth. Smooth like butter right now. What the heck? Ryan, you were banished to the spirit realm. Sorry. It's getting really hot in here. It doesn't really cool it down, but hopefully it slows it down. And to be honest, it was Kingsley was just on his phone, so it is so hot. I might need to just get up and move the swing the door a little bit, try and air it out. Kids forgetting writing moves. No, no, no. He's under 5 minutes. I don't believe this is a. I don't believe it's feed. No, even under FIDE ratings, because it's only a 5 second increment. You do not have to notate. Okay, Tony's playing B6. I don't know about this move. I have a feeling that there can be some big annoyance here. Whoa, did he just play A4? That's how he's going to defend the pawn. I was thinking Queen D3. Like, let's activate the queen. That's what I would lean towards. Maybe he was worried about, like, Queen C3. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got to play quick for time pressure, so that's fair. Bishop C4 at some point could be really annoying. I mean, it seems a little counterintuitive, but maybe Rook C8 instead of, like, Rook D8 makes more sense. I'd be a little tempted on Queen C5, actually, because that covers a lot of the good squares. Tony does go for Rook D8. Okay, he's probably hoping for Knight C6 with spin. I think the T cranes will do really well. The paper cranes might hit a tea bag packaging. What, dude? That sounds pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. They smell like tea. I mean, do you have a peppermint one? I like the smell of peppermint. Yeah, time pressure is everything. This is a bit tricky. Like at this point, Tony is almost like should almost be more inclined to play faster rather than take his time. He just needs to like I think it's better play faster, but he needs to have a really sharp sense that when an inaccuracy is played, like then you just stop and you find it. Like there's a certain balance when you're worse that sometimes it's better to play a little bit faster. The Ooga Booga. think you did make a peppermint one at one point. Nice, Challenger. Ah, sweet. That's my kind of tea crane. Crane tea? Tea crane. Bishop c4 is still what I lean to for white. Because the attacking point you actually want at some moment, I think, is f7. Maybe it's a bit funny to play, but he could also consider something like rook c1, trying to play rook c7, as well as you do stop knight c6 with that move. Ooh, rook c1. It's a little counterintuitive to move the rook again, but random questions. What's my thoughts on the dynamic English by Cookson? I actually am not familiar personally. I assume we're talking about like an opening book. Um, it's probably Costin, not Costin. Costin. Oh, he's reaching for the queen. Queen b3, so he does avoid this. Hmm. Funny position. Do we go for the trade? We gotta figure out this knight. Maybe we have time, actually. Knight c8, knight d6. This pawn isn't protected, so we play here, no e5, and then we just start throwing this knight at him. I'm actually a huge fan of that. Knight c8, especially considering the time situation. Fair enough. Yeah, opening books I'm not super familiar with. It's never been how I really studied openings. I mean in general I'm not the biggest book reader in my life. Headed to Big Lots, you want a cold drink to help you cool off. I'm okay for now. I mean I have the I'll wait till he's out of ads. Wait for him to come back. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, Tourney plays knight c8. Okay,
I'll do the big box. You want anything to drink from there?
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you. Okay, okay. This probably should be very good for white, but I think this is getting to a good place for Tony. He's down almost under a minute. Oh man. Planet 3 guy, thank you for the follow.
It is very hot. Yeah. I'm just taking stuff.
Uh,
Oh wow! Exactly as almost as if we predicted it.
whoa, Queen A3. Oh, don't lock me in. Okay, knight D6. It's the knight's jumping. Wait, he's trying for this. That's what he's going for. So if we play knight D6, we have to be ready to play knight E4. That way we do have queen. Actually, I mean we can play queen C3 here and it's fine. But in general, we do have queen A6 after rook B5. So maybe we can live with it in some lines. Tony could also consider. I think he could consider queen c5 now. It's not my favorite move. They go for the trade, but maybe it's solid. No, maybe not. Wow. Ibrahim is under 1 minute. 57 seconds for the rest of this game. $57. I think that's a good place to be. Good place to be for Tony. He could also play rook e8, rook fe8. Again, rook b5 looks scary. I guess in that case we still have queen c3, so we could even go for the queen trade there, and then knight d6, hits the rook. But here, because with knight g5, we do have this knight d6 move that would guard f7. It's an option. That one's a little bit scarier, but for the time situation may not be a bad idea because you try and block e5, so you're basically making white's moves more difficult is the idea. Try to make his moves more difficult. When is your bed? Your board? Your blue diamond? When is what do you John, what is BD stand for? Oh, when is my birthday? May 6th. Yeah, particular bishops make blockading the pawns more doable. Exactly. I'm actually really liking rook f8 because e5's a toss up. Like if he gets a toss up, even if it's technically fine for Tony, it starts to open up e6 and d6 like pawns pushing. It becomes double edged, and I just don't think he needs to. Like, let's play solid. Let's put the time pressure on him. May the sixth be with you. Thank you. Yeah, all type of player. He rushed the position a bit and got himself into a little bit of a bind. But he has a lot more time than his opponent. The queen's fully it's blocking my full view. It's fully blocking my view. But it's probably something like 57 seconds for his opponent, 22 for him. So what are the three moves considered so far? Knight d6 that I think is the most double-edged. Queen c5, that is probably the most solid. But I think queen c5, you're probably still looking for some sort of rook f8. Quick pressure on these pawns. Um, yeah, and then rook f8, which I think with the time situation is just the most challenging. Like, don't commit to anything. Don't force him to play anything. Just put the pressure and make him figure it out. Wait, did he get up from the board? What? Maybe he's just pacing right next to the board. Or he's crazy. Ibrahim, come back! Where are you going? Come back! You're gonna flag. Welcome. Flag. Okay, he's back. He's back. In the chair. Uh, I don't know. I obviously don't know what else to say. I think this has been pretty well covered all the moves that I think are reasonable. I mean, there are some other moves, like Queen C3 technically is a move, A6 if you're worried about Rook B5, but it just feels like it's in the wrong direction, all of those. Like Queen C5 to me, because you're trying to block the C file a little bit instead of, putting the bishop there after this trade and let the rook get in quickly. That's why I think Queen C5 is a much more reasonable way to trade. He bolts from the game. He just pieces out. He's tired of being that low on time. He's out. Thank you for the game. Good sir, I'm gone. Some people have done that. want to say someone was telling me about that recently, where something happened and um I forget, it was some like controversial. Oh no! That was terrible timing. Tony played Queen C3. That was terrible timing on my part. Maybe it's fine though. Maybe I'm overestimating this position. I don't think I am, but yeah, I don't know this. Still tricky though, because he'll try and quickly put pressure here. I think the bishop should come back to G7 if he plays Rook C1, because at some point you want to maneuver it like ideally to C5. Like it's just so solid there, it blocks the file that White's fighting for. Okay, he goes Rook B C1. Yeah, still this square could be a little tender moving forward. Wait, but now Bishop B4. I guess we have to worry about this pawn in the long run, like Rook C7. Maybe Rook C7 we play Bishop D6. Something like this. Try and kick it out. Or at least say I'm gonna play Knight D6 with a tempo. Yeah, Tony does play Bishop B4. Okay, I think this is good. I'm a little nervous about it because I feel like White should have some good ideas. Like that's just instinct. He should have like that's what it feels like. But I think it's decently easy to go wrong. So the time situation should be nice. He goes 95. See, already maybe Bishop C5 block it out. Wait, is it that simple? Knight C6? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not so simple. Hmm. He could try and do something funny by going after this pawn. I just don't know. Like maybe Rook F. No, then Knight C6. He doesn't take the pawn, actually. Hmm. Yeah, because I was thinking this. Then we go after it here. Okay, skewering. This just fails in so many ways. Good heavens, what did he play? He played Bishop C5. Okay, Knight C6 now. Where do you put the rook? I'm not 100% on this. Because I want to keep the rook here to put pressure on D5, but at the same time, that feels awkward. Because here, you're kind of ready to get attacked. And you block the knight. But here, I was worried about E5. Maybe E5 though, 97 is the idea. Hey, I don't know about that. Okay, 97 now though. 97 now maybe. 95 like feels very nice. This is terrible. Normal stuff. Reminds me of one game I had. All I had. Ah, Stellar's wondering. Tony accidentally called the group chat. Spoiler alert. One game all I had was left was king two pawns. It was a time punch and they took one pawn and ended up being a stalemate, an 1800 stalemate. Nice. Let's go. Oh, I like F6 actually. F6, I actually really like this move. Yeah, that seems like a solid idea. Okay. I mean, he could just play knight d6, king g7, say he's solid. Okay, wait, that pawn's hanging. Okay, king g7, rook f7, guard the pawn, and then knight d6. Maybe a5 at some point. I hate locking the pawns, but maybe you need to free the knight. Okay, well, I guess not at some point. I guess right now. What's the delay versus the actual game? There is no delay. No, 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 no way. I get to draw opposite colored bishops. Yeah, still a lot of play. But yeah, I mean it's not crazy to think this could be very draw-ish, especially how it's turning out. I would prefer Tony though, just because this pawn I think is a bigger potential weakness than anything Tony has. Like now the knight, like it will be forever blocking or the bishop, like either one. Probably the knight because it's terrible on c8. But it's forever blocking and should give Tony a bit more play. The king's also it struggles at least for a little bit to get free. So Tony should be slightly better. That makes sense. Didn't you just say that Tony? Yes, well, no, before the game, Tony accidentally called the group chat, which included Stellar, and Stellar was calling back. Uh, oh, king takes, knight takes. Wait, voluntarily pinning himself. Oh no, Tony took with the rook. I'm blind as a bat. Gee, willikers. He took with the rook. That makes sense. The trickiest thing is that the draw is possible, but not at all because of, what do you mean legal stuff? Legal stuff? What legal stuff? What? Who? What? That's crazy. Okay, it's a slow move, but I think Tony should play knight d6. Man, his opponent, Ibrahim, looks like he's like reaching the move already. I mean, he is down to 12 seconds, so, that's fair. Bob, your friend is here. He's under 1800. Nice. Is he cooking up? Tony could also consider rook f4, maybe. Liam, okay. Looks like he's doing decently well. He's on 2 out of 3. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.
There must be.
Oh yeah, don't forget the caffeine boost.
Yeah. Is he still winning or not? I couldn't tell.
He's slightly better.
Yeah, it felt like he misplayed it somewhere.
He most certainly did. He almost got himself into a lot of trouble, but he's gotten out of it now.
Yeah, that was a very strong knight on c6. That was so
Well,
great.
I think he missed that the queen was potentially getting trapped. Here with knight c4, he can't go queen c3.
Right.
Just
Or
queen
c1.
Yeah, I think this is what he missed. Wait, we have
So it got him a
d6.
less than desirable. Wait.
Knight d6 here. Yeah, I got him in some trouble, but he's kind of made it out now. G3. Okay, probably rook f2 now. Feeling like rook f2. Tony has 1 out of 2. He lost his first game, sadly. His opponent is down to 9 seconds. Oh, he goes for the pin. And a quick knight f3. Well, now he kind of committed himself to the trade, right?
Yeah. Well,
Strange.
I don't think you're gonna repeat rook f8. Because rook f8, rook e7.
Well, rook f8. Yeah, he starts king g2.
Yeah, king g2, rook e7, and
That's weird. I mean, he could try and put pressure on the pawn.
could also
Maneuver this knight somewhere. Maybe play b5. Sack the pawn for a pass pawn. Yeah, tell him, Bob. I mean, you're not really telling it to him, but
This opponent has been on like 10 seconds for like the last 20 moves.
Yeah. No, definitely chances in this end game. I mean, it would just take one potential bad trade for Tony to be on the edge, and I think that's easy, or to have the edge,
Yeah.
and then
I don't see that.
pushes.
I don't see that D pawn ever promoting.
I don't know if he just missed knight f3. I don't know. Sure at all. I mean, he could go rook c8 actually, and then try to sneak through the c file. I don't hate that. It gets probably a bit more double-edged since the rook can then come in, but that's an option. Maybe he was just trying to avoid knight d7. I think it should be between these two moves. Rook d3, I think's great. Rook takes d3. I assume you mean rook e3, a little bit of a typo. I don't think it makes much sense because then if you're going to trade rooks, you definitely want this knight jumping back. Bishop's solid on c5. Knight's kind of bad on e1. So I think trying to provoke the bishop to e3, not too much reason, in my opinion.
You could also just go back for rook f8, rook f2.
Well, but rook f8 now, king g2.
Ah, king g2. Oh, okay.
You kind of let that ship sail. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe you could try it and go for something with knight f5, but
You could also play king f7. Well, king f7, knight g4.
Un biscuit. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Big shout out. Hope this stream was fantastic. Get a little crab dance. Oh my gosh. Trying to shout you out, but I apparently can't spell right now. Unrecognized. What do you mean unrecognized command shout out? What are you talking about right now? Okay, one sec. That's ridiculous. It just decided it did not want to do it for me.
Maybe
Hey, Janny says hello. Let's go. Janny is awesome. Oh, dang, Tony, really in the tank here. Okay, he does decide to go rook c8. I like this. I definitely prefer trying to keep the pieces on. Now bishop b4 comes with the tempo. Does he want it? Probably bishop b4, maybe. We'll see rook here. I don't know. Where are you putting the rook?
does rook e2 not make any sense?
I didn't think you wanted to allow the check. Goes rook f1. Okay, that's not crazy. Now rook c3. And this knight can't move for a second, and we are sneaking over here. Nice of Richard Rapport to analyze with us. He does have the hair, but not the blonde. You need to dye your hair blonde.
I need to dye my hair blonde.
Actually, I actually don't see it.
I don't
Because it
see.
would be blonde and you'd have to straighten it.
Yeah. God, if I cut my
But
hair short, I'd look like I have a perm.
but faces, I could kind of see it a little bit, maybe.
Maybe it's the
Maybe in the
nose.
face.
Him and I both have big noses.
There you go. And maybe it's the rating one day.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
No, it's my rating in Dreamland.
I like Dreamland sometimes.
It's a
Wait, what was he played? He played Rook C5. Oops. Rook F1, Rook C5,
oh, that's interesting actually.
and Rook D1. Now if you take Bishop
Oh,
C5,
that's nasty.
pin, you say hi, but I'm going to take your knight. But he says hi, protect my knight. Okay, now he's